farm. Man, what a year! I don't even know how to describe it other than you just kind of scratch your head and you drive around, you talk to your neighbors, and you're all in the same boat, so it makes you feel a little bit better after you drive around and look at what you got out your back door on your own personal acres. But the way I described it to my wife over the weekend as we were cutting wheat there over 4th of July during the nice stretch of weather we had was, I just feel like it's just this year that you're just never going to get ahead. We're just going to continue to be behind. And then before we know it, it'll be harvest. And before we know it, it'll be Christmas. So, yeah.
Well, when we last talked in the spring, you were feeling behind already then because rain had hit. And rain, it wasn't so much that it was so heavy, but it was ill-timed. Am I remembering correctly?
Yes. And at that current time, the weather was just unseasonably cold. We always get some cold stretches through April and May, but May was one of the coolest on records. It wasn't necessarily overly wet. Like, it was plenty wet, but it was just cool. I mean, we had some later frost that actually affected our wheat a little bit as we got into harvest, like I said, over the weekend. But my grandpa and great-grandpa used to joke about, you have thunder in February, you'll have frost in May. So we had some thunderstorms here in the winter months. So apparently that still holds true to some later frost days. So.
We opened discussing that that's not necessarily grass that you want behind you. It's supposed to be beans. But let's update what the bean crop then looks like.
Yeah, I tell you what, Paul, I am pleasantly surprised how good the beans look and disappointed how poor the corn looks for how it's handled all the moisture it's had. And similar farms, drain similar stool types, plant dates were about the same. But the beans have managed a lot better through the warm, wet temperatures than the corn has. Corn is just very uneven. The stand is there and all that's fine, but just a lot of wavy up and down, several different growth stages, ponded areas that have drowned out or, got water away and just corn's behind. So, but beans look very good overall.
Things were looking up in the spring with moisture, but you had that feeling, didn't you, that it wasn't going to last?
I knew we were in a difficult place because we did not have a ton of extra moisture banked in the soil profile, which meant that we really needed that typical to above average type rainfall. We've had the absolute opposite story. So in April, May, and June, which are May and June being the most critical for me, but April, May, and June this year, we had 1.5 inches of rain in those 3 months. And for me, I need an average rainfall is 5.5 inches. So I know for some people listening or watching, 5.5 inches during April, May, and June is not huge, but that in my world would make a crop. So it's been really frustrating. Like we've talked about before, like we talked about last time, it's the nature of farming. The weather is what it is, and you work with it. But it's been rough to watch because all the crops did look pretty good. In May, there was so much potential there. So it's been hard to watch, but.
If it rains 2 inches over the next 3 days, what does that mean for you?
If it rains 2 inches over the next 3 days, it means that I might have some moisture to plant into for next year's winter crops. And we'll start seeding those late August if there's moisture there.
Winter wheat, what did make it has been harvested or is about to be harvested?
So in our world, where we're at right now, we're about 7 to 10 days out from harvesting. So I think it'll be about July 20th when we're really kind of moving in earnest. Right now, the combine's ready to go. The grain bins are all cleaned out. The air tubes are set up. We're just kind of in that waiting pattern.
Is there anything yet to be harvested this summer?
Yeah, so we've got canola. We have winter and spring canola. That will be the first crop that we'll start with cutting. And then we have the winter wheat and the spring wheat. We have chickpeas, and then we also have the camelina little test plot. It seems to be coming along fine. It's very clean. We kept it nice and clean. I was worried about weed trouble, but it looks good. As far as we know, we won't know till we put a combine through it, obviously, exactly what we have. But it's been a fun experiment, if you will, so far. So what we'll do harvest-wise is we just start wherever it's most ripe, and it's going to take us 5 weeks. We have one machine, a small crew of our family, and we'll just slowly work through what is most ripe and most critical to get through that's in front of us. It will take, another 2 to 3 weeks to have everything ripen anyway. So there's that little bit of natural, things aren't all ripe at the same time because of our elevation. And then you factor in if it's a spring crop or winter crop, etc.
The full MTOM episode will release Tuesday.